one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a moment of silent prayer, not only for our country, but for the people up here on everything. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, it was Tuesday, October 19th, 2021, 5:30 in the evening. We're in the Municipal Center, and we also have YouTube. Can I have a roll call, please?
Scott Murphy.
Here.
Rick Weber is absent. Greg Corning.
Here.
Rose Jackson.
Here.
Elizabeth Skinner.
Here.
Chris Chapman.
Here.
And Susan Webster is here. We do have a quorum.
Okay, I'd like to have a review of the minutes for Tuesday, October 5th, and I'll take any additions or corrections and a common consent. I wasn't here, so I don't know what happened, so you guys will have to determine if there was anything needed to be changed.
They're perfect.
Okay, they're perfect? Okay, good deal. Common consent, everybody?
Yep.
All right, good deal. So, this for the first quarter. All right, we have persons before council. We have Hunter. So you have the floor, sir.
All right, I'll give you all status of the building. I came and asked if you all would level for us. It looked like it's gonna be more than I think you could handle. So Alan Truax is gonna grade the thing. Off the hook on that. Jody Starlipper is putting, evidently, it don't have, I don't know what it was, a rack underneath of it. He's gotta get 2x4s lifted up and make a rack. That's in the process. Alan can't do it for like 2 weeks yet, so there's no big hurry. And Roy's is going to move for us for nothing. So hopefully by the end of November, that's all done deal. Oh, and the county threw in electrical hookup. So
Okay, and we need to thank the county.
the PE, I called them about the poles on North Washington Street. I got a control number. That's been over a week ago. I haven't heard from them. There's like 17 poles, and only 14 looks like they're going to be usable. So that's on hold. The electric work.
I gotta get a hold of Dave. I called him the other day or a week ago, and then I've been laxed. Everything that's been going on.
Well, Rodney said he could do the sockets.
So
So
Yeah.
that's all right with you.
that's fine.
Okay.
If you guys want to do that, and then we'll get those other two down there that weren't working, get them fixed, the one from the accident and the one across the street. I'll call him this week because I got to call him about another job. And
Okay, we just put a new battery in the lift. The lift's ready to go. I talked to you last year when we got the lift about insurance. Is it possible to still get on your old policy just for accidental?
They're volunteers, you're
Yeah.
an official, but you're not a town of Bath volunteer.
You are a separate 501c3.
Right. Now the county said they covered. They also want to use the lift, and I couldn't say no because I didn't want them to say get your containers off our lot.
right, right. Yeah, that's kind of a double-edged sword there.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. I don't know. We could always check and see if there's any way that we can. I don't know if Sharon would be able to.
Greg might be able to tell us.
Yeah, Greg might be able to tell us whether or not we.
Yeah, if I were to take a look at it, and that is
The man left down behind on William Street.
and which entities,
It's the Bath Christmas.
okay.
So I mean,
Which is
they're,
a 501c.
yeah,
We're separate. 501c.
But completely separate or underneath the town?
No, we're
Separate?
completely separate.
Completely separate?
Yeah. And we can't, how about shoot me a price of what just liability would be? Because we operated last year without anything and scared me to death.
right. Well, let's
Yeah.
check. Let's check on it. If you could check on it, Greg, for us, that would be great.
Say, well, how about if we say we contracted to you guys? Could that be a possibility?
I don't know. See what he can come out with.
Yeah,
Maybe.
let Greg look at
Maybe.
it.
Yeah,
Go
what's
from there.
Good number?
Yeah, good number.
304-671-3012. Now, I'd like to get away as cheap as possible.
yeah,
Three's more my style, but
yeah.
Well, he
I
don't
would
do
definitely-
free, I'll tell you right now.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, we might
if you
be able-
don't ask, you never know.
If there's a
That's
way to, to do it, then definitely, if there's a way to do it, for free. there's some type of hold on agreement or whatnot, if they don't have long to use it.
Well, that's another thing. We really gotta start using it more. So you guys can come up with work, cause it's bad for we to sit down there.
I
like
would say it kills that battery real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the parade, you guys know if we're gonna have a parade or not yet, or?
I vote yes.
I don't see why not.
I-
We understand the determination will be made after the holiday.
Yeah, after Halloween.
After
it will be
Halloween.
decided.
I'm moving ahead with the Christmas movie, so whether you guys have a parade or not, I'm going ahead with it.
We had just talked about it in public safety and we're reserving after Halloween.
Alright. Let's see, November 13th, we start with the library setting up, so from there on out, we'll be putting lights on the trees and that's another thing. Then I'm afraid I can't see going dark Black Friday for the tree lighting ceremony, or that's Saturday, December 4th for the tree lighting ceremony. So somebody let me know on that.
We
Yep.
will.
Okay. All right. That's all I got. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll give you a call.
Thank you.
Okay, moving along, communications, basically the only thing I really have under my hat is the trick or treat date is the 31st of this month, 6 to 8. Also, it's the, what was that, the trunk or treat? They have moved that, I wanna make sure I announce that too. The trunk or treat, is instead of being held at, Warm Springs Middle,
No, instead of Wingmire,
The
it's gonna
Whitmire,
be at Warm
Warm
Springs Middle.
Springs. I just
No,
wanted to
it
make,
says
Intermediate.
Warren Springs Intermediate.
Yeah.
Intermediate.
yeah, that's where it's gonna be
On
at, so,
October 30th,
right.
5 to 7.
So anyway, I just wanted to make sure I got that out there and didn't forget. I know it's down at Parks and Recs, but
Mayor, we did get a complaint in the mail and like that, that I think that, you know, you've been busy and like this, that maybe it's something that public safety could look into for you, or the building agency, because I think there should be some kind of reply, if possible. You look at everything.
Right.
But
yeah, I've already
we're
went up
here to
there.
help you, because we know,
I know we've been through that area up there before.
yeah,
I think you dealt with it back years ago, right after I got on council. So
difficult.
let's something we got to look at. So I may forward that to public safety because we had a complaint. So I may forward it to you so you can read it. And, maybe Danielle and
Some response.
we can at least give a response to the lady on what you know we're thinking about. So
In something like that, I mean, at what point does the building agency come into play in terms of receiving a complaint about it? So is there a process yet for that?
not really. There's not a process. Most of the time we've handled them like a one-on-one basis type thing that comes in because most of the time we get a few here and there, and either some of them can be worked on right away, like somebody's putting their trash out early or something like that. This is kind of a different situation than that type of thing.
Is this the
So
one on Laurel Avenue?
yeah,
I think Greg had a perfect response to it whenever he had responded.
right. So let's look at that. Maybe
Okay.
maybe we can have our public safety make a statement out to the lady or whatever that we're looking at, because I know she's called Sharon several times, and I just haven't been able to do anything with it the last couple of weeks. So
I'm sorry, what was that? I was writing down. What was that?
yeah, that was the complaint we have on Laurel Avenue. The one that
Okay,
she
yes.
responded. So I think we need to look at that. We need to respond back with some type of a letter
She's
saying that
constituent,
we're looking at it or we're not, or however,
too. Something.
so, do you want to get with Greg and maybe talk that over and just see, what you guys can come up with, or you want to have it through Danielle and Tony, being that it's somewhat of a police matter.
Well, that's what, see if Greg and I can put something together and then we can run it by Danielle.
Okay, all right. Alright.
The report we got on Laurel Avenue about,
All right,
Can we, what's the nature of the complaint? Or can we say
It's a building complaint.
build,
yeah,
somebody is building? Or
No.
Oh,
No, it's a
It's
building
existing.
been there for a long time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
So,
Yeah.
Need to respond in something.
Yeah, we need to respond back to the lady, so,
Otherwise-
yeah, if you all would get together and do that, that would be great, and just run it by the council members and
Yeah.
share them before we go ahead and respond. Okay, basically, that's about all I have, so we'll move on. Bath Development, I know that, Lisa's not here this evening, their next meeting is, November 3rd, 4:30, via, Zoom or in person. Parks and Recs, we've already handled unless somebody has anything else.
I have something to add
Okay.
to the Parks and Rec one there. And this in regards to the playground down here.
Okay.
So I spoke with Superintendent, Tuttle
Right.
and Commissioner Tuttle, because they're like the first, the people to talk to in regards to putting a camera up on the building to have access. And what I proposed to them was the town could buy a camera, and you get one for $800.
Right.
And we can use, so we can put it on the side of their building, and we could have the town police department not actively monitor, but they would have the login information to monitor
Right.
the camera. And I should get an answer like by tomorrow. And they're going to put the camera up, at, just at no cost, but using their Wi-Fi. So we pay for the camera, and that should help at least.
Yeah,
That's not town property, is it?
what the,
No.
The
Rick
North Berkeley
also,
Park is not town property.
Yeah, no, it's more in regards to just being able to monitor because there's nowhere to put a camera. So it's, it's since it's,
The police monitoring.
yeah, it's just in town, just for the destruction of property or whatever. Right now, there's nowhere to put a camera or anything.
Right.
So,
And we made
That
it very
was-
clear that we wanted to work with, to try and
Yeah.
solve this problem with them.
yeah. And that's what I did. So I got
I mean,
with,
if we can come up with a camera solution that's not millions of dollars and
yeah.
something that's got a little night vision to it that can,
You
give
could
us
spend
some type
$100
of,
on
you know,
probably a 2-pack.
yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. I mean, we could go down to heck on, your Sam's Club and buy them, and they're pretty good resolution on them things. I've seen some of the ones that put up. I mean, they'll actually focus in.
Rick Weber also spoke to Tom Shea to find out whether they could hook in for the surveillance. He's looking into it from another angle
Okay,
also.
good deal. Good deal. Two is better than one, and we can try to get something. But I think if we'd help Park and Recs out on this thing, I mean, if it's,
We can do the camera thing.
Yeah.
Parks and Rec, we did a couple signs, you were on camera.
yeah,
You might be surprised at how.
how deterring that'll be.
But
Yes.
that's-
Yes,
that's-
yes.
Joel said that they've been wanting to do something about it for a while. They just he hasn't heard for, nothing's been pushed forward with it. So
Right.
that's why I told him, let's
Like you
figure it
said,
out.
if we can step up to the plate, because there's a lot of people that use that park that are in-town residents, even though it's not an in-town situation. So let's keep checking on that, see if we can come up with a solution.
Well, they have a meeting tomorrow night, so I know that last time we had spoken when they were here, that people wanted to go to that and voice their opinion on that
Right,
situation.
That is tomorrow, then.
right. So maybe we can just give them a holler and tell them that we're working on trying to get some type of, camera system or something that we can get there. And we've got 2 of our council members working on it, so I don't know if you just want to give her an email in the morning.
What
Okay,
about the idea of putting something on our webpage saying if people would like to donate toward the camera to protect our, they can make a
we
donation.
can do that. We
Um,
can do that
I
too.
mean, I think that we can
Yeah,
contribute
would
toward
hurt.
that.
I mean, if we get a couple dollars to help us, that would be
Yeah.
great. So, yeah.
They give us money to buy something really worthwhile.
Can you do that, Sharon? I know you got 50,000 things going on. Thanks. Thank you. Okay, planning commission,
Well, Mayor, we had talked earlier about, you and I had talked about us both being on while you were absent last week. The council was good enough to appoint me to work with Larry Landon, who's here this evening. And I'd like to make a motion that we appoint Mayor Murphy to the Town of Bath Planning Commission.
Second.
so we have a motion and a second on the floor. We put myself on the planning commission. Do we have any discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, it gives us 3 members.
This is good.
Anybody else that we know that would want to participate, please give us a holler here at Town Hall. And we'll see if we can get this thing back up and running, because I'd like to really get the planning commission. It's been, what's it, 4 years now since we did all 4 or 5 years.
Recessed about
yeah.
4 years ago.
Yeah, so we really need to get this thing back up and running. Like Larry said, there's some things on there that we can check off our list that we had as like a priority, things that needed to be done. So I'd like to get a meeting together. I'll let you guys kind of coordinate that, and I'll try to fill in wherever I can. So let's try to get something rolling in the next month or so. I'd really like to meet, sit down, and go ahead and start forming a plan, and then hopefully maybe if you hear somebody that's willing to serve, same Susan, anybody here on the council hears anybody that wants to serve on the planning commission, to please let us know here at Town Hall.
Is that also something we could put on the website?
Yeah, we can do that.
It is on there, and we also put the volunteer forms that I had some help completing to put on the website, so they are there.
Okay,
Thank you.
good deal. Okay, thank you all for doing that. Rails and Trails, not here tonight.
He's not here, but he did send you a bulletin that was earlier this morning. That's in the package for you.
Okay. All right, we got, basic council just wants to look at it. Looks like, there's, they're looking to go follow the word on, the final walkthrough for phase 4A for the streetscapes. This kind of combined. And no word on the repaving of 522 through town either. They're still working on streetscapes. They're still working on, looks like 4B and later, waiting for Mark Scola and Jeff Willow to answer phone calls, emails, getting started in that. The Rails to Trails looks like parcel 3 complete. They're working on formulating closeout documents. EPA Region 3 has requested. And it looks like probably a couple weeks. It's like 90 days from September 30th. Parcel 1A, as of late Monday, the county has still not received DOH funding agreement. Looks like task force meeting scheduled for October 27th. We'll see if we can get an answer by then. And then parcel 1B, stormwater management. Looks like we got a pre-bid, proposal date, evaluations, interviews, such and such. So look, we're moving forward on all that. So just kind of, it looks like it's all in DOH's hands right now, is what it looks like to me, other than the documents that we have to get finished up, which takes about 90 days. So, you know. Okay. All right, let's move on then. The train depot, I know Susan, you had some information on the depot.
The finance committee met with John McCracken this evening, and John is the chairman of the depot committee. There is an apparent low bidder. It is still in the hands of the DOH to go over finalization as to whether we can announce or not. I invited John McCracken to come to our meeting to explain to the committee and Sharon, anyone who wanted to come today, you know, where we are financially, because I think it's very important. We've got all these great projects going, and we need to know where we're headed financially with each one and what we need for each one, so we can plan and, you know, be prepared. We are, you know, by John's calculations and everything, due to the fact that we were given the lot, the depot lot, and Governor Manchin saw to it that we received that. We're able to use that lot as matched money. And several years ago now, it was appraised at $235,000. We have used some of that valuation, and he feels comfortable that that building can be completed with the valuation we have left. That includes the hazmat and then the interior, which is the rehabilitation and bringing back the bathroom comes in and like that. So we feel good about that. But of course, we have dreams, and we all do about it. We have the Mills Group, their take on it and their plan that they put out. And one of the things we'd like to do, and think is necessary at some point, is an outside restroom facility down there for rail trail, for the rail trail people. And outside where people can get water and get their jugs of water and like that. So that's something we're planning a little bit beyond the actual building that we think would be necessary for the success. But it's financially, the depot project at this point, to finish that building is secure. So we're happy about, with current estimates.
Yeah.
It's the way out Johnson.
Yeah,
With current estimates, we're in pretty good shape. So we're happy about that and hope that DOH gives the thumbs up for the low bidder so that we can announce it, because at that point, then we go into action. And this isn't a long job, this is 8 days. So it's not a long job. So, good news this evening.
At least we got something moving finally.
Yes,
So,
yes.
okay, thank you. Landmark Commission, I know.
I have some updates on that.
Okay.
So the Meredith that emailed us, she was trying to get updated contact information for the HLC. So she just wanted a new contact, and since we're trying to rebuild the committee, I just told her to just use my contact information for now, since I've been talking to her. I spoke with Emily as well, and Ryan Ravan, and we should have, within the next 2 weeks of funds, the 11,000 should be to the town. So by November, by the 1st of November, we should have that.
Good deal, good deal.
A lot of confusion is figured out.
Yes, this lady called about 10 days ago. Well, yeah, about 10 days ago, and we haven't been able, and left a message, and we haven't been able to get back with her since. And so we've been on pins and needles. Well, what do they want?
I called back 5 times in a row today. I spoke with 5. I was like, just send me to the next person who's there. And then I was like, I just need to get an answer before I'm meeting today. So that way we have some type of update.
Wonderful.
Eventually, I was able to get in touch with Emily.
Okay.
That's good.
Good deal. Thanks for doing that. Okay, we shall move on to the clerk and recorder's report, Madam Clerk.
There's a couple of trainings going on next week. On Monday, there is the court clerk training, both the police admin, Danielle, and also Brianna Ferris from our office will be going to the training in person. I'm going to do it via Zoom on Monday. And then on Tuesday, there is the municipal officer and assistant training. Both myself and Brianna are going there, and also some of the members of the council that's locally here in Martinsburg, but that will be a full-day training. Tomorrow, just a heads up, if anybody has traffic court, we do have traffic court tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning.
And I'm going to the auditor's training workshop, as is Beth, and the train is pulling out at 8 a.m. If you want to ride in Martinsburg to this
8
training.
a.m.
Yes.
Firm, right?
Yes, and I'm leaving at 3. I don't care what we're going to do. So anyway, if you want to go, let me know. I don't know if you've registered, but they'll probably take.
Yeah, they usually, they're pretty good about that, so, okay. All right, thank you. All right, finance, let's pay some bills, people.
All right.
Who's going?
Yep, I have. All right. So, like to make a motion to pay the town of gas bills in the amount of $17,901.65.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion, a second on the floor to pay the town of Bath bills in the amount of $17,901.65. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion passes.
All right. I'd like to make a motion to pay the Berkeley Springs water bill in the amount of $62,201.32.
Second.
We have a motion, a second on the floor to pay the Berkeley Springs waterwork bills in the amount of $62,201.32. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
I'd like to make a motion to pay the Phase 4 water project bill in the amount of $623.70.
Second,
Now, I have a question.
Okay, good.
Was that, when I sent that in, wait, I'm thinking of something else. Never mind. Second.
Scratch.
I've got two
Never
projects
mind.
going and I'm trying to keep track of
Is that a
them.
sweet deal? What-
Okay, we have a motion second on the floor to pay the phase 4 water line project bill in the amount of $623.70. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
I'd like to make a motion to pay the Rails and Trails bill in the amount of $188.50.
Second.
We have a motion a second on the floor to pay the rail and trail bills in the amount of $188.50. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
I'd like to make a motion to pay the Greenway Cemetery bill in the amount of $128.43.
Second.
Have a motion a second on the floor to pay the Greenway Cemetery bills in the amount of $128.43. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion passes. Okay.
Just permission to speak regarding the ARPA funds distribution from this agenda item.
Okay. Go for it.
Just to let the council know, we had a reporting deadline of October 31st for the initial half of those funds that, making a decision around those. That reporting has been extended till April. Is it April 30th? And so we're giving ourselves more time to make decisions around those funds and how they'll be distributed. So more will come from that, but just want to let everyone know that there has been an extension of time, so we're taking advantage of that.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna call you back. I want to talk to you about something. So probably maybe tomorrow you're gonna be available. Or
Yep.
Okay. Give me a holler. I gotta drive Baltimore in the morning. I'll be stuck down there for a couple hours.
Okay.
I'll give you a holler.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. Let's.
The finance committee has met the past 2 days. Monday we met at 4 p.m. We met today at 3 p.m. to go over bills and let them do John McCracken. But what we're generally doing is, going over what Sharon brings us. She has her reports. We also now are getting, what we got was the revenue side of the budget to date, a budget comparison, which was very helpful. We did have a couple questions about it, and, why things are kind of like they are. For example, our private club fees are down, but we've lost a couple of private clubs where you get a drink, it's been a rough year for them. So we have noticed some changes in the previous year, so we're doing that. I do plan on asking all the committee or the project chairs to come in and talk to us. I also have an item, what I'm just calling it now, town financial concerns of council. And what I mean that in a very broad way. If we have a financial concern of the community as a whole, or each one of you in your committees has a concern or something you want to bring or discuss, that's kind of a time to, if you let me know what specifically you want to talk about, I'll list it on my agenda. But I think they're working pretty well. People are attending, and it's, I think it's working well.
Good. Good. Thanks, Susan. Tree board.
I will let you know that Andy and Kate reached out to a couple of residents in town. We had some issues with some low branches, and they have worked that out where they're going to help the homeowner with the bill to get those taken care of.
All right. Grant.
Last night we just discussed, it was directly after the finance meeting, but the HLC grant and the ARPA funds. We've already kind of discussed that at this meeting, so nothing else to report on that.
Good deal.
said, I asked you, I said, you know, Sharon's office, and we're all about helping Sharon. In Sharon's office, the files that have the grants in them are horrendous, and she can't help it, you know. But I suggested that the finance committee and grant committee maybe get together and kind of unload those and get them into a better order and a chronological order, you know, because it gets very confusing, because we have really 4 big grants in there, including water. You know, water is more separate, but there's just a lot, and I've been asked by the newspaper a couple times recently for history of, because I was in on the initiation of a lot of these things. And when you try to look up some history, it's hard, you know, for a minute, something like that. So maybe we can help her out, you know, looking at some of those files.
I mean, I don't have a problem with that, but I know she's got a system, sometimes there's some stuff going on, so we gotta,
Yeah.
we gotta make sure that we keep that continuity of that system,
Oh, yeah.
because, I mean,
She's in agreement.
she's,
with these
as long as
files.
she's in agreement, I'm not in trouble, so.
The new ones that we have are all in order. It's the old ones that I
Okay.
don't.
Yeah,
Okay,
when you're looking at all this stuff.
all right. So, move forward, that'd be great. Okay, public safety?
We met this evening and, just that Halloween trick or treat was on Sunday, the 31st from 6 to 8. There will be 2 reserve deputies out also, and Hunter will be out also. So that's about all I have to report.
Right. Thank you, thank you. Cemetery?
Nothing specific to report, things are quiet at this point, dealing with a couple, record issues with some families, otherwise things are fine.
When's the next cemetery meeting?
On the 28th at 4. Or is it, no, it's Tuesday, the
26th.
26th, excuse me, 26th.
Just wanna make sure it's in the month.
Yeah, that's why, for the reason why, we're leaving, the train's leaving at 3 o'clock at the end of our meeting. So she's got a meeting and I have a meeting.
Okay, all right.
Is it October 26th or November 26th?
It's just next Tuesday.
Yeah. So I gotta get my,
Try to remember
agenda
that.
up.
Send it, can you send me an email out to that? Because I forgot a lot of remind me of the cemetery meeting.
Yes.
Thank you. I hate to ask you to do that, but if I don't, I'm not gonna make it. Public Works?
I will let you know that they are fully staffed again. We hired a new person effective Monday. Her name is Lauren. She is working on the trash truck, so if you see her, please say hello to her. She's quite able to handle as much work as the guys now. So
Yeah, we got a good thumbs up today, so with that, so welcome her aboard, and if you see her, just say hey. All right, ordinance, right now, with everything that's going on, with Rick out of town, I don't have anything right now, so,
You need anything.
okay.
I mean, I'm glad to have you.
Well, like I said, it's just one of those things that's
I know.
stacked up on me right
I
now,
know.
so, but we're gonna get back on track, I promise. Waterworks.
All right, just 4 things. First of all, just a reminder that with the phase 4, the water line replacement project, we're going to have bids due by November 10th on that, by 2 p.m. on November 10th. And then we put out a request for professional engineering services for the water line extension project down to Tabor Road. And it's that went into the papers last week, and we're asking for bids by 4 p.m. on November 19th. So those 2 things are out. And then I don't know if we need an approval from the council, but as I announced at the last meeting, we are working on moving and are close to signing a contract to do so, our billing systems from ASI to Unibilling. I know that Ron has been, and Candy, our office manager, have been reviewing that contract and are expecting to sign it sometime this week, later this week. So Um, I don't know if the council wants an opportunity to approve that or not, but, we have it on the agenda in case there's any question or discussion or desire to, need to approve it.
Right.
I'm not sure.
Well, why don't we go ahead and approve it, and
Yeah.
then you got it.
That's
Yeah.
no
Well,
problem.
then I make a motion, that, the council approve, the water and town trash, departments with going forward with, changing their billing system, to Mina billing and entering into a contract for those services.
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve the new software, Unibilling. So I'll ask the question, all those in favor? Opposed? All right.
All right, and the only other thing that I have is just a reminder, our next meeting is Monday, November 1st at 4:30. That's all I have.
All right. As we usually ask, if there's anything else to come before this council, if not, I will entertain a motion, or not a motion, but a common consent to adjourn. So moved.
That works, sir?
It did today, yeah.